Hello there guys, so I am one happy Joey this morning. My Beth Wildwood print arrived this morning. I saw it on a Morrigan based Facebook page originally, and I was looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, and it's one of these artistic prints that I just couldn't stop looking at. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, and I kept looking at it and seeing meanings in it. And that's happened to me only a few times with things like the Shadowscapes Tarot. I saw that online, as well as the Wild Unknown Tarot. But in terms of prints, it can be quite difficult to really get that feeling online, but this really did have that, and it was amazing. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the experience first. I'm going to show you the little card that she sent with it first, which is just as beautiful. It's going up as well, it's so pretty. So I ordered via her Etsy shop, and if you Google Beth Wildwood Prints Etsy, it will come up. I will try and remember to put her link in the down bar if I remember, but by the time I upload, brain has gone out the window. And it came from Germany, and I think all in all it was about 5 days from ordering to arriving in the UK, which is really good. The price was not expensive. It was £10 or £11 all inclusive, including shipping. And it came really quickly, and I asked her if she would send me an email to my email address when it was being shipped, and she actually corresponded to check my address and then to say it had gone, so I had really great correspondence as well. So that was really wonderful. And this is the card that came with it, and this is insanely beautiful. Isn't that amazing? It's just so beautiful. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's just as beautiful as the print. I was like, that's going up as well. That's amazing. So that's the card, and you know, I can't talk about the card at length, I will be here all day. So this is the print. Let's just zoom out slightly so you can see the size before we zoom in. There we go. This is the size of the print, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It came really well packaged. It was in its own plastic little doodad, in this hardbacked card thing, and then in another hardback card thing, envelope if you like, to make sure it arrived safe and sound, and it arrived perfectly. It was just perfect, and I love it. It's so gorgeous. Let's even stop talking about some of the imagery and things in it. So this is obviously for my Morrigan space, and it has the side of the Morrigan, to me anyway, and it catches it so beautifully. She has a very regal expression. There's a very mystical, magical, protective expression. You obviously have your raven, which has that raven energy throughout. There's that sensuality to it, particularly through the lips, and the lips sort of speak to me of the blood red lips, so it has that blood energy going through as well. The sexuality is there. This beautiful long pale emphasis on the neck, and the shoulder seemingly bare, so it's that sort of hint of sensuality rather than anything overt. And you're not entirely certain whether the hair is supposed to be hair within itself, or if it's supposed to be like a priestess shawl over the top. And it could be either, and I love that it could be either. And it's mystical and magical, and it brings up sort of images of the priestesses of Avalon, which can be connected to the energies of the Morrigan through the 9 ladies of Morgan, with their beautiful shrouded priestess robes on. And then again, it could also just be her hair, and it could be the mystical, magical nature of that running through the very core of her being. And then the colours. Oh, the colours. So the shawl hair sort of reflects the colours of the raven. I love the highlights that just bring it out and bring it to life, and the light moving through the feathers, and it's just the suggestion of movement. And that suggestion of movement is, excuse me, is also within the shawl. I'm getting choked up, I love this. And you can see sort of this suggestion of movement here, and it could be roots, and it could be waves, and it could be all elements within. It could be the air, you know. It really feels like earth, sea and sky, which is very druidic, very Celtic in nature. And then you have the rowan within the picture, and rowan is the first tree I felt connected to. It was the first sort of pagan name I took for myself, and I've always loved the rowan tree. I've always loved it, and it has that huge nature of protectiveness about it, and that shawl being protective of the magical being within, perhaps. And I love it. And then there's more ravens. I think that one could almost be a crow. And then the Triskel is here, and the labyrinth is here, and there's spirals. Oh goodness, I love it. It has such a complex energy to it. It has a lovely Morrigan energy to it. It's really, really beautiful, but really, really strong, and really, really magical. And it has all this suggestion of the shapeshifter energy, the movement through the elements, the energy of the raven being both prominent, central, very, very obvious to look at it, but it almost fades into her energy as well. So it's probably more than half the picture is the raven, but it also fades and sort of submerges into the energy of the woman in the picture, which for me it's a representation of the Morrigan, obviously. And she's just, the expression is just regal and powerful, and it's just otherworldly, and it's just incredible. It's just incredible, and I'm so happy with it. And this one could almost be as if a daughter, a priestess of the Morrigan. Do you think? I'm so happy with it. I fully recommend Beth Wildwood's art prints. They're beautiful. She does a whole host of them. This is obviously my favourite, although these two are now my favourite. I didn't see the other one, unless that's just for card print size. But I'm going to hang this up. I think it's beautiful. It has a lovely energy to it going into the new year as well. It's very fresh, very clean, very full of life, and you can almost see life and death in it as well. It's insane, isn't it? It's life and death. You can see the movement and life and the plants and the things, but she's also this very, very pale, very pale colour, like deathly. And to be honest, I've seen Babe show up that very, very pale with very blood red lips. She usually shows up with white hair, but she can show up in maiden form with those bright red lips, So it speaks to me of all the cycles as well. She could easily fit into any of the roles. It's just, I love it. 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 I love it a lot. So I'm really happy with this. I really, really love it. I really wanted to share it. I really wanted to make people aware of this incredible artist. And that is going to be it for this video. Many blessings.